Hey, we're talking a lot this month about competing in your relationship and how that's the real problem. And today I'm going to talk about how competing makes you stop listening, because that's really what happens when you're in competition with your partner. You stop listening to them. So what happens a lot is a partner will say something like, hey, I feel neglected, or we don't spend enough time together, or you don't hear me. I don't feel understood in this relationship. And often what we do back is refute it and tell them how wrong they are. We spend lots of time together. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm always doing things you ask, blah, 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 blah. And then we love to list all the ways that we are being a fabulous partner and all the things we're doing that refute what they just said. So let's take the example of, I feel neglected, or like, you're not paying enough attention to me, or, I don't feel like a priority. I hear that one a lot from my listeners. And and you'll say, no, I totally make you a priority. I do A, B, C, and D. And so what just happened? What happened was your partner came to you saying, I have this problem. And you pretty much told them, you're full of it, you're the problem, and you should shut up. And if you're expecting to have a happy, connected, awesome, warm, yummy relationship from that, you're dreaming. Because of course not. How can you have that? You're totally shutting them down. And you know how you feel when your partner does it to you, when they tell you how wrong you are. So instead, when you hear this, I need you to really think about it. Wow, that's interesting. My partner says they're feeling neglected, yet I do all these things, A, B, C, and D, you know them. And so how could they possibly feel neglected? I wonder. See that? It's called curiosity. That's the look on my face, curiosity. I need you to get curious with your partner instead of telling them that they're wrong. They're being vulnerable, they're being open, they're coming to you with something. I know they might sound angry and they might sound, really pissed off and combative, but really what they are is hurt and feeling rejected and abandoned. And so that's what's under that. Just like a little kid who, I hate you, screaming or yelling, it's because they're scared. So treat your partner with some warmth. Treat them with love. Treat them with compassion, with patience, with kindness, with gentleness. And instead, when they say something like that next time, hey, I don't feel like we spent enough time together. I really want to spend more time with you. Instead of saying, oh, well, we watch TV every night together. We go on a date night every week. You came with me on that business trip, blah, blah, blah. Instead of listing all those things, be curious. Because in your head, you should be going, wow, we spend date night together. We watch TV every night. We just think, what is this person looking for? What's really usually happening is that we end up feeling overwhelmed because we think, oh my gosh, I'm doing all these things and they're still not happy. I've got nothing else to give. I'm out. And that's not what I want you to be doing. I don't want you to be feeling this way. I don't want you to be out. Instead, I want you to be thinking, why are they asking that? So that's what you want to do. You want to be curious and you want to ask questions. And let me give you the key for how to ask, other than being curious. Ask as if you're wrong. I know, I'm giving some silence there in the video for a reason. Stop and assume you're wrong. Ask as if you're wrong. So if you were to assume you're wrong, like, wow, yeah, I'm not showing them enough attention, then you're going to really be asking differently. So you can say, wow, I'm sorry, I feel bad. I feel like I try really hard in this area. So tell me more. Tell me more about what I'm doing. Tell me the things I do when you do feel like I'm paying attention to you. You could ask that question. You could say, well, tell me what I should be doing more of to have you really feel like I'm there. And or you could say, tell me things I should do less of. Are there things I'm doing that really create that disconnect where you feel like I'm not listening, or I don't hear you, or I don't understand, or whatever their issue is that they're coming at you with? If you can say, hey, I actually feel like I do these things. So I'm confused. I really need to know. Again, be curious. I really need to know what I'm doing wrong, because clearly I'm not on track here. And if your partner is still saying something to you like, well, I want to go out on dates, and I want us to sit together, and I want us to whatever, and in your mind you do those things, then you need to say that, but you need to, again, say it like be curious. You got to be curious. So say, well, Tuesday night we did this, Wednesday night we did that. Like, I feel like we're doing those things, but I hear you that something is missing from those things. So let's talk about that. Let's see the we, see the lovely we. It's a we problem. Remember, as a couple, you are a shared resource. So whatever is going on with your partner is your problem too. It's not a them problem and a you. It's an our problem always. So if you treat it like that, you'll see that your partner comes to you like, oh yeah, well, and I'll tell you what happens sometimes. Sometimes when those conversations happen, I'll have a partner go, you know, I'm using the word attention, or time with you, but what I really mean is your full attention. Like when we sit on date night, we talk about the kids a lot. I really want us to talk about us and, like, I don't know, our dreams or what we're doing next. Or, you know, when we sit and watch TV together, you're right, that's time together. But I really want us to engage, and I want us to really be talking to each other, not just sitting with each other. So you can often get more specific about what the problem is. Our definitions in relationships are often very different. What one person thinks is, you know, spending time, the other person does not include it, does not count at all. So you really want to, when you have these conversations, you get to the root of the problem. You dig down, you burrow down. So that's what I want you to start doing, is to be asking questions, not making statements. Remember, don't sack your relationship. Don't offer suggestions, give advice, or criticize. Instead, ask the questions. Be curious. Listen like you're wrong. And you will see a whole new relationship start to spring up without you having to spend a lot more time or energy or anything. It's interesting. You'll get a lot more bang for your buck from your time together because it'll be so specific in what they need. I'm going to have a free relationship check-in exercise that's going to help you with this. If you want to download it, it's totally free. You got to put in your email. If you don't want to stay on my list, you can opt out at any time. I promise. I do not give away your emails. And you'll see the little button below the video or to the side. You'll see a button here, around here, that tells you that you can get the check-in exercise. As always, it's great to spend time with you. I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf. I help people create lasting change in their relationships, even if their partner won't do a thing.